Hello, Algebra 1B students. This is the 14th of December. This is due on the 15th. Let's get to it. We're doing point slope form, and we're to write the point slope form of the equation of a line through the given points. And so we are to use this point slope form equation. This equation right here is the equation that we're using, but you'll see that the way I use it, just to make it a little bit easier, is in order to get y by itself on one side, I add this y sub 1 to both sides, and these cancel out, and I end up with this one. Y equals the m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1 plus y1. So I have this plus y1 at the end here, just so that I get this, I've got this all ready to go, ready to solve for y, making it look like, slope-intercept form, a lot easier. You're also going to have to use, and I'm using this at the top of the page, you're going to have to use the slope form, so to figure out slope. So I am using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm taking these 2 points and I label my x1, y1, x sub 2, y sub 2 in order to figure out where to put these numbers. So I end up with negative 4 minus 2 and 4 minus 0. So negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6, 4 minus 0 is 4. So my slope I figure out is negative 3/2. All right, now I plug that into this problem, this point slope form equation, okay? And I plug in my slope, and then I plug in a point. And the point that I'm going to use is x1, y1. If you use these two, you'll get the same answer, so it doesn't matter which one, but I already have these labeled as x1, y1, and it's asking for x1, y1, so I might as well use them. So I plug these in, and I end up with my 0 here, minus 0, and this is a 2, so a plus 2. I end up using the distributive property, negative 3/2 times x is negative 3/2 x. Negative 3/2 x times 0 is 0, nothing there, so that's why you don't see anything in addition there. And negative 3 over 2, I'm done with my distributive property. The only thing I have left over here is my plus 2, and I just bring that down, and I have it in my slope-intercept form using the point slope form. All right, here I go ahead and I solve for my slope. You could see me using these numbers. You might want to pause that as you get that down. My slope ends up being negative 2. I plug that into, once again, I'm using this up here in the red. I'm using that formula. I plug that negative 2 in there. I put my x1 and my y1 in there, and I solve using the distributive property, and it's all good. I don't have anything here. I just had that negative 2 times the negative 2 gave me the positive 4. All right, number 5. This is a little bit easier because they give you the slope, and they give you only 1 point. So here's my x1, my y1. So I put my slope in, and then I put my x1 in. Minus a negative becomes plus, okay? And this is supposed to be plus 0. It doesn't make a difference, but okay. I end up with y equals x plus 4. What does all this mean? I took this one because this is the easiest one to kind of show you. What does all this mean? Well, if you take a look, and if you were to graph this equation, and I did that over here, I graphed this equation. Here is my y-intercept 4, so I find 4 on the y-axis, okay? And I go up here, and then my slope is just a 1, so that means up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So, I just connect those dots. Notice the point that they gave us was negative 4, 0. Notice negative 4, 0 is back here, negative 4, 0. It's on that line. So they gave us a slope of 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and they gave us a point, and we were able to come up with, well, this is that line. This is the equation of that line, that this slope and this point would be on that line. So that's what all this means. Okay, they're giving us a point on the line and the slope of the line, and you can figure out what the equation of the line is. Fascinating, I know. Number 7, I go ahead and I use this formula from way up here. I just plug in my slope, it's 1/5, and I have x minus my x1 plus my y1. Now this is plus a negative, so that just becomes minus. I use the distributive property, and then I combined these two terms that are alike back here, and I get that as my final answer. Please Zoom me if you need any further assistance with these, all you 1Bers, and good luck.